Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. You just do a little bit of work in here and it's like a bomb went off. So anyhow, I'm going to load the rack up. I still have to rewire the Zoom connection up to the Mackie big knob, and then maybe we can start loading this rack. We're going to take a look at some of the new stuff that we had to get here for this project. This right here is the SP4x4 Pro USB feature. Anyhow, the thing is, it's this guy down here, the one that's dual metered, because that's the one that I require for this particular unit. So I think I'll just pick this one up. Let's see kind of like what we got in here. Looks like we have the manual, which is good. I've already read it. This actually is going to come in handier than I thought. This is the gooseneck gooseneck light for the back, so that it can actually shine down the back of the rack. And then if we pull this out like this, is this the dual monitored one? It looks like it. Okay. So then, let's see here. It's wrapped in a lot of plastic here, which is not a bad thing. Oop. We'll just take just the tape there. Let's give that a little snip. All right. See what this thing is like when we pull it out. So apparently, this particular model has two light pipes that will shine down the front of the rack unit. I don't need that because I don't really have, it even has a dimmer. That's kind of handy. My main reason for this whole thing is because I want to have something for the rack unit itself that will power it on and off. And also this unswitched outlet's really handy to begin with. The whole idea is I want to be able to see what my electrical load is that I'm using for almost my entire studio. So this is one of the things that we're going to put in the top of the rack, okay, on the left-hand side. Okay, now this was the second purchase that, well, actually it's not a purchase, it's rental, so I don't even know if it's new or whether it's used. We'll soon find out. This is a 2 preamp opto compressor EQ. This is basically a channel strip, Pro Channel 2, and I got two of these. So I got one for the right channel and one for the left. That way I can run things through the mic preamp and the compressor. I basically have everything more or less at my disposal. But let's take a look and see what this is. So, looks like it's pretty new. Okay, it's also stinking heavy. Okay, so we do have a manual again. And looks like this one, yeah, looks like it's a new one, all right. Okay, so we'll take this out of here if I can actually lift it. Okay, so here we got our power cord for the back. Oh, it might have been used because it's not wrapped up like the other thing, but that's okay. It doesn't, well, it looks completely new anyhow. So basically this is just one channel strip. You have the gain, plus you have, so this is all basically your mic preamp, your compressor, your equalizer, and then the master output. And apparently this has the same compressor as what the VL2 is, the compressor I already have. The thing is, it's a dual compressor, like a dual channel compressor. We have our instrument in right here. Now I have no idea whether this is going to actually work or not, as in terms of whether it's going to do what I want. We will see, but anyhow, so I got two of these, a right and a left. So these are going to go underneath the patch bay. The compressor is going to go on the other side underneath the power conditioner. The reason why I'm going to set it up that way, the power distribution center is going to have all these wall warts and plugs in the back. So I'm trying to keep the things like the channel strips away from it so I don't have all that interference with the wiring. Now it's time to start loading this rack up. Okay, so now this particular rack, I'm going to load from the top because it's a little bit easier to do that. Because there's only going to be two things in this particular side. One is going to be, actually I'm going to flip this thing over a little bit. It gets sturdier with the more stuff that's in it. It's just meant to hold it straight. What's going to happen here is, in the top is going to go the power conditioner. And that. So the power conditioner is going to go on the top. And on the very bottom is what's going to go the compressor. So I'm going to put that here. Now the compressor's two spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Got to put one here then. So just make sure I got the counting right. Yeah. So once again from the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 right there. But anyhow, I put electrical tape in the bottom of the thing here. It rubbed off of this one little bit, but I put it on there in order to make it so it wouldn't scratch the bottom of the units. And that. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. I had the thing in wrong. I can't see with my big knuckles in the way there. That should go in there. Oh, brother. There we go. That one's giving me trouble. Now, talk about which ones are going to give me trouble. This is going to give me trouble down here. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to change my plan on that one. I'm going to flip it over now. I put electrical tape there so that it wouldn't these things wouldn't get scratched, or wouldn't scratch the bottom too badly. All these ugly marks. Make sure this is in the right way. There we go. And so this, we can at least put this one in. I'm going to pick some that have washers on them instead. So anyhow, we can put this one in. And all the power included. Now that means that the mixer can hook up here now and have to deal with the mixer going across the other, like the cord dragging across the room and all that sort of thing. So which will be nice that way. Let's straighten that out a little bit. Is that going to be straight? Probably not. There we go. From this side it looks odd, but I think probably straight on. And you might notice that these edges are a bit out. That doesn't really matter a whole bunch because this gets hid by the lip of the machine here. Now I don't want to do these too tight because the thing is on the bottom is where the compressor is going to go. Right? So actually let's slack some of this stuff up here a little bit. Okay, so now the next step is to grab the compressor out of the bottom of this rack that's over on the side. I took the electrical tape off the end here, and no, those aren't absolutely perfectly, like I said, this isn't a perfect rack. So we're going to put the compressor then here. Well, whoops, have to reach in this way to get the screws and that sort of thing. Throw that on there. Not in here yet. Oh, this one's giving me a little bit of grief. Is it for a reason? Or no, I'm going to leave that one for a sec. Nope, well, I shouldn't have to leave that one. There we go. All right. Now the funny part is I bought all of these rack screws and nuts and all this sort of stuff like a year ago because I was planning on doing something with them. The rack unit I was supposed to build, I never ended up building. And the rack unit that wasn't supposed to happen is the one that's happening now. So it's kind of just one of those things, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to tighten all this up now because everything should be about right. And that's the thing, is when I tighten this stuff in, all of it gets more steady and becomes more solid. And once again, it's just holding the rack in place so that everything doesn't doesn't kind of fall. It's sturdy enough. It's been sitting like this, and I've been doing a rack like this for quite a while, and nothing's happened so far. Right now, there's no issues. So this is the first rack done in, and I'll get like a spacer for this right here. But the idea is that anything gets plugged in here now is actually pretty far away from the compressor itself. I'm trying to keep the business of having that audio and electrical separated quite a bit. It shouldn't matter too much, but I just want to make sure. So anyhow, that is the first side done. And now we're going to move on to the next side. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.